Good morning and welcome to the Adventerous podcast. I'm your host, Deidre Perry, and we are so happy to see you on this bright Saturday morning. It is July 3rd, and I know you guys are excited because tomorrow there will be a lot of barbecuing and celebrating going on for those who choose to barbecue on July 4th. We hope you are going to have a great and safe weekend, and we're going to get this weekend started off right because we have adventures for you on today. As you can see, I don't have all of my co-hosts, but I have Mr. Gibb here. Of course, that's pig spelled backwards. And we're just going to share a couple of facts today about pigs for our young adventurers. Did you know that newborn piglets learn to run to their mother's voices and they can recognize their own names by the time they're 2 weeks old? Some have even been known to sing to others while they're nursing them. Some pigs actually sing to their babies. That is amazing. As well, pigs are slow and lumbering. That's what people seem to think about them. But as it turns out, they are not at all. Adult pigs can run up to speeds of 11 miles per hour. In other words, they can run a 7-minute mile. You think you can do better? Those are some couple of interesting facts about our pigs, and Mr. Gibb is so glad that we would just give you some information so you can get to know him better. Next week, we'll have Mr. Movies out, our resident cow, and we'll learn a little something about cows, something interesting about them on next week. Make sure you tune in with your young adventurers so that they can learn all about the world in which they live and how important agriculture plays a part in that. In fact, speaking of that, if you want to get your youth involved, I'm just going to highlight some events on our shows from now on so that you know where you can go to kind of take a part in conservation and agricultural activities. And if you are in the city of Flowood, Mississippi, in the Jackson area, on July 30th, there is a Mississippi Wildlife Extravaganza and Ag Outdoor Expo. That's going to be Friday, July 30th. It's going to take place at the Sheraton Flowood Hotel and Conference Center, and that's at 2200 Refuge Boulevard in Flowood, Mississippi. They'll be out there from 12 to 4. It's sponsored by the Mississippi Wildlife Federation. It's a 3-day event, and it's the oldest and largest hunting and fishing show in Mississippi. There'll be vendors on hand. If you want to take your kids out and have an adventure with them, that's a great way to start. You can take them out July 30th and go over to the Sheraton Flowood for the Mississippi Wildlife Extravaganza. Now, as you know, every week there's a couple of things that we're consistent about doing, and we want to highlight a farmer or a student because we appreciate everybody who is out there in the field doing their best to grow our food and to conserve our lands and to make our air and water better, and we so appreciate you. And this week, our highlight farmer is a farmer from, the farm is called Rooted Faith Farms. It's located in Atlanta, Georgia. You can check out Rooted Faith Farms by going to IG, and it is Down South Organic Gardener on IG on Instagram. And I just want to highlight him because he does everything from growing vegetables, and he has bees that he's growing, and you can see all of that there on his page. He has an open botanical garden that he allows people to come and visit. And what really got me following him, he's a great farmer, great humble guy, and his family, they run this farm. But as you see here, you see these baskets that are highlighted right here in this picture. He harvests the vegetables, and as soon as he harvests them, he places them in boxes. He puts them in boxes, and he allows people that are in the area to come and get fresh fruits and vegetables directly from the soil, from farm to table. And he advertises on Instagram so that people locally can come and buy his product. Now, we're going to segue from giving a great thank you and appreciation to Rooted Faith Farms in Atlanta, Georgia. We love what you're doing, and we want to highlight you this week and tell you thank you for all of the wonderful ideas that you're sharing on Instagram. And for those who are listening, you can follow him at Down South Organic Gardener. That's Down South Organic Gardener on Instagram. If you like what you see on his page and you want to know how you can take the things that you're growing and harvesting and get them from farm to table quicker, I want to encourage you to make sure that you reach out to us at NSDT, because we are compiling our Buy Local guide. We want to have that out at the end of August. And what we want to do is prepare a list of local farmers, what they grow, a timetable of when they're growing it, and how local residents can come out and purchase directly from farm and get it to their table. We really appreciate everything that's going on in our ag community. We know that through the pandemic that a lot of people suffered economically. We understand that with global warming and everything that's changing, just everything is a mess. And so there's a lot of people out here who are diligently working to make sure that our quality of life is sustained. And one of the most important our most important group of those people are our farmers, and we appreciate them. Thank you, Rooted Faith Farms, to all of the local farmers in the Mississippi, Jackson, and out surrounding cities in Mississippi, all of the areas here. And I probably garbled that, but what I want to say is I'm filming from Jackson, and if you are a farmer in Mississippi or you're anywhere local, please reach out to us at New South Development and Training. We are compiling our Buy Local guide. We want to make sure that you get exposure to your community, that you're there and that you're growing, and that people can come directly to you to purchase their fresh fruits and vegetables. It's a win-win for you. It's a win-win for the community, and NSDT wants to help facilitate that. If you want to reach out to us, you can go to www.newsouthdT.com and go to the Contact Us page. You can fill out your information there. We'll be sure to check it. Or you can send me an email directly at deidreperry@gmail.com, and that is DIEDRA Perry, PERRY @gmail.com. And I will be sure to answer you as well. Any of the websites that you see in the screen below. You see that adventurouscareers.com, just scrolling by there. You can actually go to that website as well. We check that and we upload a lot of content to that site. So by all means, if you see that web address there and it's easier to copy it down, do so. Contact us. We want to get you included in the Buy Local guide. We want to know what you're producing, when you harvest, and how we can come and pick it up. So we thank our farmers, Highlight Farmer, Rooted Faith Farms. Be sure to contact us for the Buy Local guide if you want to be included. And now on to our ag ventures. We come here because we like to do stuff. So a couple of weeks ago, we went and we planted some asparagus and some onions in a raised bed box. Today, we're going to go outside and we're going to check on our plants. Now, I can't promise that they're wonderful. I can't tell you what the progress is. This will be our first plant check, and you will see it live on camera. And then we will discuss what's good and bad about it on our next episode. As well, we are going to take a look. We have a new app, or I don't know how new it is, but I recently discovered this app, and it's called Picture This Plant Identifier. And as you see there on the screen, if you have Apple, that's what it looks like. I'm not sure if there's an Android option, but it supposedly identifies plants all across the world. It's supposed to be able to identify over 1 million different species with almost 98% accuracy. It's got a high rating. And if you're a farmer, or if you are interested in agriculture, or if you're interested in finding out if a plant may be toxic to your pet, or plants that you may want to put in your house, this app may be the app for you. And while we're out doing our plant check, we're also going to test this app out. So we've got 2 adventures planned for you. Why don't you come on and go take this adventure with us? Okay, now I'm going to start talking again. You ready? We're back. Wasn't that fun? Oh, it was so hot outside. Jesus, yes. Okay, so what did we learn about our plant? Okay, I'm going to pop up the 3 things that we learned starting now. Those were the 3 things that we learned from our plant, what we did wrong and what we did right. And next week, we'll go more into depth about those 3 things that you just saw there on our plant check. And how did you like the plant identifier? What do we rate it? Why don't you take the time to contact me and let me know, based on what we just saw from what we did outside, how you think that plant identifier app ranks in your book. Did you like it? Was it accurate? Do you not like it? If you want more information on how to get it, by all means, it's an app in your Apple App Store, and we'll find out how Android users may be able to utilize it. Maybe there's a different app for that, and we'll find that out and have that information for you on next week. As well, as promised, I was going to talk to you about plant repair and taking a damaged plant and taking it out and repotting it and looking at the root ball, where the root is on the plant, and seeing if the damage is maybe there, rotted root, or if there's other things that we can do to help get our damaged plants back sprucey and beautiful. So by all means, next week we want you to come back again and take another adventure with us. We want to give a thanks to We Believe Digital, Earthblend Coffee, USDA, NRCS, and NSDT for making this podcast possible. And we will see you next week for our next adventure. I'm your host, Deidre Perry. Have a great week. Okay. You understand what I did? I took the pause because...
All right.
Okay, adventurers, we're going to try our Picture This Plant Identifier. I've got my app up, and on the app, there's...
We're going to have to wait, man. We got this airplane.
Okay, adventurers, I've got my Picture This Plant Identifier up, and you may or may not be able to see it really well. You know, this is an outside adventure. So when you get the Picture This Plant Identifier and you open the app, there's a square that says Diagnose, Identify, My Garden. We're going to press the Identify button, and it's going to ask to let you access the camera, and then it gives you a square where you're going to take a picture. So we're going to check this out. We're going to take a couple of pictures of some different plants that are out here, and we're going to see if they can identify it. So why don't we start right here? Okay. And let's see what the identifier. Wow, that was awesome, just that quickly. It says that this is a frost aster, and just that quickly it brought up a picture, facts about it, and I can add this to my garden. That is awesome. We're going to try another one. So let's get out of here and go back. Okay, so we'll do that. We're going to go and we're going to press the picture button again, and we're going to identify a new plant. And we've identified this one, so let's find something different. We've got a little yellow guy here. Let's see what it says this guy is. Okay.
All right.
So we've got the phone right there. We're going to hit the picture button, and it's identifying. Ah, it's a tick seed, just that quick, with a gorgeous picture next to it. I think that the Picture This Plant Identifier works, and I'm giving it a thumbs up. What do you think? I like this app. That was a fun adventure. We're going to check out some more plants next week and see if maybe we can trick it. And we'll actually take a look at these two plants that we just identified right here in our garden.